Hello everyone. Today I'm going to go over all the things you need to know to be successful in searching for information for your art project. You'll have to excuse by the way I sound. I have a cold and so it makes me sound a little odd. So let's start by looking at the LibGuide and what's on it. You'll notice that you have all your documents here. You have a timeline. You're going to have this, this is going to be right here along with the quiz. You have some web sources. I've chosen those for you, and so you know that those are good, reliable sources. You have some good encyclopedia sources, some other database sources, a set of videos to watch, and you also have my very favorite resource for this project. That's a new database called Grove Art Online. So I really recommend that. That's a great place to start, along with our books. So I recommend that you use that. There are other tabs as well. There's a tab for MLA citations to check that. Presentation examples where you can see how to design a wonderful presentation. A tab for website evaluation, which we'll look at in a minute. And a tab for EasyBib because that's the easiest way to keep up with all your sources. So you know that you can use all of these great sources to find information. And you know that those are pretty reliable. I've chosen them for you, and I wouldn't choose a website if it wasn't reliable. Now, Sweet Search is actually an alternative to Google. It tends to be a little bit more reliable, but you still have to evaluate it. And the way we evaluate is actually on the website evaluation page. And that is using CRAP. And CRAP says that we look at the currency, the reliability, the authority, and the point of view of a website before we decide to use it. So let's look at this example of a website. This is a website on Pluto. And so the first thing you want to do is you want to look at what the page looks like. So I notice there's some ads over here. I noticed there's this weird ad in the middle for an online degree that's not really related to planets, so I'm kind of wondering about that. I go down and I see another weird ad. I see lots of comments on it. So I'm already a little suspicious on if this is a good website or not. Okay, so I'm going to go through CRAP now. So I'm going to start by checking out the currency. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the page and see if I can figure out the date. And it says 2000, 2013, 2014. So that means it's pretty current. Okay, so after that, I need to try to find out the authority. So I'm seeing, is there an author of this web page? And a lot of times with a website, there's not an author of the specific one, but there are authors of the web page. So there's not an author for this specific page, but I can go down to the bottom, and that's where I'm going to find out the sponsor of that. And it's going to say, so it says Buzzle.com. So I'm going to click on About Buzzle, and I'm going to read on it. And it tells me that Buzzle is the place to be where the clueless, curious, confused, and it gives me some information. It says it's well researched, but realistically, I don't know who the author is. It says it's well researched, but anyone can say that. And it looks like our authors feel privileged in contributing to Buzzle. So basically, it's like Wikipedia. And we don't cite Wikipedia because we don't know who the actual author is of Wikipedia. We don't know who wrote those articles. It's a collection of people. So for that reason, I'm going to choose Data. This website is automatically out. I don't even have to go through the rest of the CRAP test. I know this website is out. When I search for a website, oftentimes I can tell just by the URL how reliable it's going to be. So when I'm looking here at color field painting, notice that I put color field in quotation marks. That means that I'm looking for that term together. So instead of finding any page that has the word color or field on it somewhere on the page, I'm looking for specific web pages that have the words color field right next to one another. And so when I look at my results, I usually skip the about.coms because it's kind of Wikipedia-ish. But I can see here some good choices here. This is a museum of contemporary art, so I'm pretty sure that they would kind of know what they're talking about. This is an NPR article, and NPR is a public radio. And so things that are actually like that tend to be a little bit more reliable. This is a .gov website. That means it's from the government. It's from in the National Gallery of Art. So that would be a really great one to use as well. So I can kind of remember it, like just look a whole lot just at the website addresses, and I can tell a lot for it. Now when I go to a website and I decide to use it, there's some information you must find in order to create the citation. So in this one, I have to know what is the title of the article. Is there an author? So sometimes there is, oftentimes there isn't. If there's an author, it was usually right below the title, or it's going to be at the very bottom of the web page. So next thing, I would look at what is the actual website address. Now I notice my website address is Huffington Post. And then I would see who's the sponsor of it. A lot of times that can be found at the very bottom of the page, and that is the Huffington Post. Now watch how I use EasyBib to create my citation. One of the pages on your LibGuide is the EasyBib, and it tells you, it has 3 tutorials on it. It also tells you what the coupon code is and how to register. So once you've done that, you'll be able to register. Now I'm logged in, and I'm going to click on New Project, and I would name this project. So maybe I name it Art History, and you want MLA 7, and then you'd create that. Now this is where you're going to keep all your citations together. Okay, so once I'm in there, I want to click on Bibliography. And I'm going to grab this feed. Now, sometimes at school, it will not work, and you'll have to click on manual entry. So we'll see here if this is going to work or not. So we're going to hit continue. And this is really important because this is where I need to make sure that this is correct. Now, I'll tell you, EasyBib is about 90% correct, but that means it's not 100% correct. And the way that what you need to do is double check. So I'm going to double check that this is the title of the website. Okay, and it is. That's the title. Okay, I'm going to keep going on here and make sure that I can find everything else. So I would make sure that this is the author, the website title, that makes sense, that's Huffington Post, and the publisher sponsor, that's up at the bottom of the page, and that is the HuffingtonPost.com. I might just put the Huffington Post on there. That's a little bit cleaner. That is the URL. We don't put those on there. Now this is the date when it went online. So, and that's 2/25/2013, and sure enough that's correct, and today's date is that. So then I hit create the citation, and then it's going to create that. When you're done with all your citations, you'll just hit print as a Word doc, change the title from Works Cited to Works Consulted, and you'll be done. Easy peasy. Any questions, you're going to contact Ms. Smithfield. I recommend you get her to check your Works Consulted page before you turn it in. She's going to be grading it anyway. All right, talk to you later.